Hey guys, Mark Torregrossa here. I think some important weather for you to know about, so let's get to it. Two things. We're going to cover the storm system coming through tonight, tomorrow morning, amount of rainfall, and then secondly, both the European and the global forecast system, that's the American model, are starting to pick up on a pretty large storm next week. It's still too far out to say it's a guaranteed type thing, but I want you to start thinking about that and knowing how to plan ahead. And it kind of makes sense because warm waters of Great Lakes and colder than normal temperatures generally tends to enhance a storm system. Here's our forecast for today. This is a 5 o'clock radar forecast. I think you might have some isolated showers popping up 5, 6, 7 o'clock that probably be so light that it won't stop you from harvesting. And then we go to, this is 9 o'clock tonight, thunderstorms starting to develop and moving through midnight, 1 o'clock, a second wave of rainfall coming through. This is tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, 10, 11 o'clock, noon. So it's kind of a strange thing, but all data is showing it in that the storms are blowing up over us in the middle of the night, late night and very early in the morning. This is through 9, 10, 11 o'clock, total rainfall, and this is by tomorrow morning. So this model wants to put about, let's call it 4/10 to 7/10 around the area. It's down a little bit, so that would be a good trend. Now this is another model. This is the high resolution rapid refresh radar forecast. Again, 5 o'clock, tries to start forming a few isolated showers, and then we go to 11 o'clock midnight. So I'm going to say you're going to have until between 9 and midnight tonight before it gets too wet. This model keeps the heavier stuff to the north through Gladwin County up to about an inch, and again around ½ inches or so in the Reese area. Okay, let's get to next week and the weekend. So we got the system through the area. We're watching this wave along this for Thursday into Friday. The model I'm showing you here keeps it to our east. The European brings it through our area. So we'll have to watch and see what the trend is on that. We're into Saturday, we're dry. We're into Sunday, a weather system coming through. This is Sunday night, Monday morning, a weather system coming through. But everything is showing then this storm system developing and coming toward us next week. That's late Tuesday. That's Wednesday morning. I don't like this pattern because my rule of thumb is 5 mile/hour gust for every isobar in the Lower Peninsula. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That would be a 45-mile-an-hour gust. Again, this is 8 days out, so it's not a sure bet, but I want you to know that next Wednesday or so, we could be faced with a storm. And this is the model run comparison. This is the newest, and this is 6 hours ago. So both showing that scenario, and the European shows almost an identical scenario. So I don't know the exact details yet. I just know that both models in the last 24 to 36 hours have latched on to a pretty powerful storm the middle part of next week. Think about that when you're harvesting the corn. Think about the earliest, shortest maturities that are ripest, because they'll break down, of course, first. So get those off the fields. Anything that's exposed to the wind, anything that looks like it's a big yielder but is getting top heavy, it's the best you can do, especially with several rains on the way. There's your update. Thanks for joining me.